Welcome back, everybody, to the SNN Racing League here. We got the Davis Brothers Roofing Atlanta 250. We are in Atlanta tonight. I'm joined in the booth here with, it says Ernest King, but made quite quick change here. It's James Siegel in the booth with me. Say hello.
What's going on, everybody? Glad to be in Atlanta and happy to be working with you again, Christian. Let's have a great night. Let's get some good racing in.
Good racing indeed. We had an amazing show last week where we were at, I believe it was Phoenix. This week we are at Atlanta doing 250 laps, 250 miles. Looks like not track temp, but the temperature here is 83 degrees, 23% humidity. Is a little bit cloudy, 8 mile an hour winds. It is the D-shaped oval configuration here in Atlanta. Track length 1.5 miles. They're going to go ahead and start gridding up, go through the field. Starting off with your pole position. Oh, they're still kind of loading in here. Give them a second. Pole position is going to be Bennett Allen in the number 6 car there. Charles Eaton is going to be on his outside in second position. Tim Trowbridge is going to be in third position behind him, and Mike Contino, my bad, in fourth position in that second row. Raymond Root is going to be in fifth, rounding up your top 5, and William Fink in sixth position in that third row. Nicholas is going to be in seventh, J.C. Gibson in eighth, T.W. Garrett in ninth, and Neil Hale rounding up your top 10. Want to take us through to the top 20 there, James?
Yeah, sure, no problem. You left off with 10, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So P11, we got Randy Spivey in the 22 machine. P12, we got Brad Haldane in the number 90. P13, we got Matthew Gaskins in the 79 machine. P14 is Kavaja Holt in the 15 machine, and P15 is Joseph Lester in the number 9 machine. P16, Chad Sanner in the 59 machine. P17, Kevin Rourke in the number 99. P18 is going to be Dean Weeks in the number 5. I don't know what happened with the 18 there. I don't know how I said that. P19 is Nicholas Lighton in the 42. P20, Joe Stafford in the 57. You want me to keep going, or?
I'll go ahead and take it over. Thomas Neal sitting in 21st position. Swept it up on me. Hold on a second. 21st position is Thomas Neal, Brian Trenowski in 22nd, Chris Cloud, and that is your league admin there, and sitting in 23rd. Big thank you to him for putting this on for us. Chris Landrum, 24th. David Love, 25th. Lauren Jones, 26th. Marty Roberts Jr., 27th. Steve Dardaris, 28th. Leo Boncasa. I hope I'm gonna have to work on that one, but he's sitting in Leo sitting in 29th. 30th is Seabrook Horns, sitting in 30th. Mitchell Goosens in 31st. Jeff Oark, 32nd. Dalton Mobley in 33rd. Barrett Kofi in 34th. Lewis Fetterman in 35th. Derrick Jacobs, 36th. Danielle Fink in 37th. And Alan Henson in 38th. Last position, Thomas Gold. I believe that was your race runner last week as well, as he is rounding out the back of the field there in 39th. So we'll see what he does this week.
Outstanding. Got a great field here with 39 drivers. It's going to be a fun race.
Yes, indeed. Really quick, I believe I might have time. I want to go through sponsors. We do have 2 sponsors. We'll get the first one really quick. So I believe that there will be... Well, let's just wait here really quick. We'll and make sure that the pace car does not drop down. Okay, so I am being told it is 1 to go. So I want to run through the The sponsors here, we got a couple. First one is Davis Brothers Roofing. Davis Brothers Roofing has been providing homeowners and businesses with exceptional roofing services since 1983, residential and commercial roofing in Tennessee. That's Davis Brothers Roofing. Also, we got On Target Performance Group, improve your business performance and business profitability, lower business costs, and get on track for continuous business improvement. What do you say, James? You ready for this Davis Brothers Atlanta 250?
Yes, sir, I am ready for this Davis Brothers Roofing Atlanta 250. Going to be an exciting race. Atlanta is always fun. And there goes your pace car. Bennett Allen and Charles Eaton will hammer down and lead us to the start stripe finish. Who's going to lead us into turn number 1? It's going to be Bennett Allen.
Bennett Allen taking him through turn 1. Charles Eaton sitting outside trying to take that middle line there. He's going to drop back a few spots, but he's still there. He's going to drop back in third with, I believe, Raymond Root on his outside. Oh, nope, that's fourth. I'm going to go ahead and line up one by one here, trying to keep it clean. You do have a lot of laps ahead of them, 163 to be exact. So it's going to be a long race. Not quite trying to be too aggressive here because you don't want to get into any early accidents that's going to put you out of the race. They don't run any fast repairs. This is a full-length season following the NASCAR Cup Series. So no fast repairs. So you get into that wall, you get some damage, you're going to be sitting there for a couple minutes.
Exactly. There, and as you said, there is no fast repairs, which is a benefit of virtual racing, as we've mentioned and talked about before. So, with there being zero fast repairs, these guys definitely want to try to drive carefully, take care of those cars, because any kind of damage will cause them to slow down a bit, especially on that front part of the bumper. Any fenders, really.
The number 4 car dropping back. He got a little loose there coming out of 3. I'm sorry for cutting you off. I just noticed that out of the side of my eye. I believe that was the 4 car. Didn't quite see the number there. Might have been the 8. He gets back on track, no incidents caused.
Yeah, that could have just been like you said, he could have just got loose and maybe shook it a little bit in order to get back down and get control of that car real fast. As you said, no incidents, no cautions. We're still green flag racing. And moving right along is Trowbridge is out in front now, followed by Root and Allen and Eaton. And rounding out the top 5 right now is Nicholas Breidenbach. So it's going to be a fun race to look at. We don't have any real big movers yet. Guess we can wait a little while. We do have 5 spots. That's Derrick Jacobs back in 31st. He's moved up 5 spots. Next one is Jason Gibson.
I've actually ever been a part of in any kind of gaming community. A lot of these guys take it super seriously, and especially because it is simulation of the real thing. All the tracks are laser engraved. That was one of my biggest things coming into iRacing. So not your run-of-the-mill kind of racing game. This brings a whole nother experience.
I completely agree with that. And it's also between this and working at a track, it's helped me understand racing so much more. But you're talking about friends through the sim racing community. I believe it or not, I actually became friends with JC through Madden. He used to run leagues for us on PlayStation 4. He was the commissioner, and we went through probably 10 seasons together before he finally was like, dude, I've had enough, I'm done. And then so we moved to NASCAR Heat 4, and then now we're over to iRacing, and I'm getting the pleasure of being able to call the race that he's in, because this group right here is an amazing group. This many cars on the track at one time is awesome to watch. I love it.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of cars. 39 cars in this field. It's gonna be interesting once they start getting low, little bit gapped out. As you see, leaders there. Oh, there's Mike Contino. He's sitting in sixth position there, getting a little run there by your boy Jason Gibson.
Yeah, Contino's actually down 2 spots right now, so it makes me wonder if he's, you know, if something's wrong with the car, or if his competitors are just a little bit faster, or you know, if he's just trying to get a feel for the track right now, or trying to save rubber on those tires.
All right, well, there you go. There's your race leader, Tim Tobridge. He is pulling away, almost a 1 second gap. Right behind him is Raymond Root in second position, trying to just at least keep that 74 car in viewing distance. Behind him, still fighting for second place, is Bennett Allen. Fourth position, not out of the hunt quite yet, is Charles Eaton. Behind him, rounding out your top 5, is Nicholas. Rear bench. Brian Buck. I totally butchered that name. I am completely sorry. I am not the best with names. I am not the best with names at all. Touch on your point a little bit there, as we're watching here in sixth position, Mike Contiano. Atlanta is definitely one of those tracks. It eats up your tires. I ran Atlanta a couple of weeks back, and it is a fun track, but it will definitely eat up your tires if you're not careful. So Jason Gibson is 7th, and William Fink there behind him in 8th.
If we could pause right here on him for just 1 second, I want to point out that he does have in his description there, he's a retired sailor. And my hat's off to William Fink. I'm a former sailor myself. So I just wanted to take note of that real quick and just kind of throw that out there. So much respect to you, William Fink, and thank you for your service, bro.
William Fink. Oh, either he got a little loose there coming out of 2, or maybe he is trying to make a move there. As you see, he's passing the 27th of 27 of JC Gibson, making a move there on the bottom side, making that bottom line work.
Yeah, he did. He went around him fairly quickly too.
All right. Joseph Lester there in 10th position. That's rounding up your top 10. Still battling there for 8th, 9th, and 10th. Nice little battle going there. You got Neil Hale sitting in 11th. Matthew Gaskins right behind him in 12th position. You got Brad Haldane sitting in 13th. Holt sitting in 14th, I believe. Yep. Joe Stafford in that 57 machine sitting in 15th, rounding off your top 15, making a move there on Holt for 14th. Never mind, he's just gonna fall right back in line.
I wonder if he's related to Matthew Stafford.
That'd be interesting to find out.
Well, if he gets on up front and finishes in the top 3, we'll talk to him and find out.
Will do. Chad Stanner battling there with Nicholas. Right behind them, Randy Spivey. Nice little battle going there for 17th and 18th. Going side by side down the back straight. Randy Spivey's gonna work that high line. Behind them, you got in 19th position, Chris Landrum. Thomas Neal sitting in 20th, rounding off your top 20.
You took the top 20. You want me to go ahead and take it from me for here? Give you a little break?
Yeah, you good? Go ahead.
All right, and riding in 21st, we got Dean Weeks out of Concord, New Hampshire. 22nd spot's going to be Chris Cloud out of Fairview, Tennessee, and that 10 Toyota. And then Seabrook Horns in the 16 Toyota is riding in P23 at the moment. He won a couple of races ago. Leo Bonacasa, he's in the 88 Toyota out of Long Island, New York, riding in P24. P25 is David Love in that 70 Chevrolet. And in P26 is Kevin Ward in the 99 Chevrolet from Bowling Green, Kentucky. And then P27, Brian Tarnowski out of Waukesha, Wisconsin. I hope I pronounced that right. Thanks. Yeah, I hope I was right. Anyway, Mitchell Houston is heading in P28 out of Cambridge. I believe that's Iowa or Idaho. I don't know. Right, then P29, Alan Hinson in the 41 Chevy. It's going to be Derrick Jacobs out of Seattle, Washington at number 7 Chevy. And then P31 is Danielle Fink from Sterling, Illinois, on the 36 Ford.
She's moved up 5 spots.
Correct, sure has. And then Lauren Jones is in the P33 in the 11 Chevrolet from New Smyrna, Florida. And then P34 is Jeff O'Rourke in the 48 Chevy from Portland, Maine. Next car we got P34 is going to be, P33 is Lewis Fetterman out of Emerald Isle, North Carolina. And I believe in P35 is going to be Steve Dardarius out of Fayetteville, New York. I wanted to say North Carolina. And then next up in P36 is Barrett Coffey out of Prim Springs, Tennessee, and he says if you ain't first to last. And that number 4 Ford. P37 is Marty Roberts Jr. and from Churchill, Tennessee, in that 55 Chevy. Thomas Gold is not on the track, so I don't know what's going on with that. And Dalton Mobley from Cooper, Texas, is also not on the track. So that's going to round out your field. And during the process, Raymond Root has taken over the lead. So he's up 4 spots to P1 in that 69 Chevy. Great place to be is out in front, wouldn't you say, Christian?
Yeah, that clean air really does help here in Atlanta. Getting stuck behind some of the cars, you start getting some of that turbulent air, that dirty air. Could help with drafting. Sometimes it will also get your car a little loose. Got a battle here. Charles Eaton going side by side with Tim Tobridge.
Yeah, that should be an interesting battle right there between the 74 and 75 Fords.
I didn't catch
those two guys right there, always up toward the front. So it's gonna be fun to watch those two as this race moves forward.
Indeed, I didn't quite catch the number, but I did see somebody dive down in the pit lane. So
I think that was the number 4, Barrett Coffey. I think
he might be having some issues. He might be having some issues. He might he's thinking about tires, or maybe he might want to dive down and get some adjustments done with the car. He might be feeling a little loose on this track.
Exactly, that's part. I mean, it's just kind of part of it, getting down there and getting it fixed real quick, and hopefully he can get right back out there without losing too many laps. And then, so just a quick check-in. We're 25 laps in. The check-in real quick. We're going to look at the biggest mover, and right now it's Seba Corns up 12 spots to P18. So we'll keep an eye on him and see if he ends up moving up a lot further forward as he has. And excuse me, I'm sorry. I had a frog in my throat or something. I don't know what happened.
No, you're fine.
As I was talking about that, Corns has moved up 2 more spots to P16. So he's moving up toward the field. So let's keep an eye on him throughout the night.
Indeed, he's last week he had a really good run as well. So we'll see how he does this week. As you said, he's the biggest mover so far, 14 spots. And 3 wide. Look at that.
Oh wow, 4 wide.
4th position. Getting a little hairy there on the front straightaway.
Nice.
I guess not front straightaway, but the tri-oval. And make it clean, get a pass.
Man, I'm not gonna let that get me chill bumps, man. I was like, whoa.
There you go. Some amazing action so far in these early laps, but as we're rounding up to almost lap 30, you want to go ahead and turn it up?
Let's turn it up.
All right. Crank up those dials, turn up the volume on your headphones. Let's listen to these amazing cars. All right, we're back from the turn it up segment, and it does look like they're going a little slower. It looks like we brought out a caution, have we not? I do believe so. Let's go back and check, see what happened here. Looks like Chris Landrum, T.W. Garrett, Mitchell Goosenins, and Alan Henson all involved. Ooh, coming out of turn 2, I believe. Look
Oof.
at that.
Carnage.
Carnage already.
It's very unfortunate as we are still fairly early, but we got a lot of takers on pit road. I hope nobody backs into anybody else. We hate to see a fist fight down there in pit road.
Well, thankfully, like we were saying with iRacing, with it being a simulation, you don't get all the physics quite as you do in real life. So as you see, some of these cars are rolling through one another down there in the actual pit boxes. So you don't have any physics in the pit box itself, but coming out of those pit boxes in those 2 lanes, you actually do. You can hit those cars. So with it being a busy place, you still got to be careful coming out of the pit box and smacking into somebody by accident.
Exactly. Yeah, I was referring to the incident that happened Saturday at the Xfinity race. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but a couple of guys got into each other in pit road, and then they got into each other again at the end of the race.
Yeah.
I just happened to see it last night on Instagram while I was working.
There you go. Mitchell Goosenens.
Goosenens is correct.
Yep, Goosenens. He's up 30 spots. I don't know if he stayed out. I think he did.
Yeah, you're right. He did. He stayed out. He's going in now.
Okay.
And then Lewis Fetterman's also going to take pit road now. Jeff O'Rourke will take it as well. Seba Corns just got off of pit road. We've still got a few people out there on pit road, so we got a few takers.
All
And
right.
there is Seba Corns. I actually don't want to toot my own horn, but I called the race a couple of weeks ago when he won, and he was my pick. So I've had I think 2, maybe 3 of those correct picks since I've joined in with you guys.
I do believe my pick last week was Thomas Gold, and I do believe he won. So
I believe you were correct on that. I just want to bring that out there for us, you know. So we don't curse them every time. Sometimes we do pick the right ones.
There we go. All right, well, Raymond Root up 4 spots. He's gonna be your pole sitter there, or well, I guess not pole sitter, but he's sitting in first position there, coming out of pit road. Charles Eaton there behind him, sitting in second. We're on board right now with Root. He's just waiting patiently for those lap cars to go ahead and take the wave around. Fortunately, they won't get that until 2 laps to go. There you go. They got the wave around. Raymond Root will line up behind the pace car.
And everybody will get up behind him, rack them and stack them 2 by 2 all the way through the field. I love those 2 by 2 starts.
I do indeed. Makes some interesting racing. Now this is interesting. Raymond Root, he's first position. He's on the outside line. Did they get to pick which line they chose? Or whatever.
I think so. Maybe I think SNN might be one of those that allow you to pick which line you want to start out in, and if that be the case, then Raymond Root's chosen the outside lane here, which is different.
Yeah, that's why it tripped me up. It tripped me up a little bit there because all of last week the lead guy had always generally chose the bottom line, so I wasn't even aware. There you go, pace car dropping down, and Raymond Root will lead him off and takes the green flag, send him into turn 1.
Indeed, he will. He'll jump out in front of Charles Eaton, and right behind Eaton is J.C. Gibson up 5 spots. And then Nicholas Breitenbach will be in 4th and up 10 spots to P5 as Joseph Lester will line up the top 5 as they go down the back straightaway, single file with the top 5, and they start breaking up into 2 by 2 throughout the field. But Raymond Root has jumped out to a half-second lead fairly here as they get around that 1.5-mile D-shaped oval pretty quickly here.
1.5 miles. It's not too short, but it is still decently long. I'm sorry, I'm looking here.
Oh, we've got action.
Oh,
Yeah, I believe that was the 24 of Breitenbach that just come up the track and slammed somebody into the wall. Could be wrong, but I think that's who was involved there. Correction, we received word that's Matthew Gaskins involved.
Ooh, 93 just got loose. Oh, big hit into the outside wall.
That's brutal. William Fink in the 93 involved as well.
And there goes that cone.
Man, it's
Take his
cold.
anger out on the cone instead of the driver, so all right, we'll let you slide on that one. Right before that caution had came out, I was looking, and Joseph Lester is oh, taking another look at here. Yeah, just got loose, slammed in the 44, and sent them all both up the track.
The 44 of Neil Hale and the 93 of, I believe Nicholas Fink was involved. I believe Nicholas is his first name.
Go on board, see what 44 saw. Yeah. Ooh.
William Fink, correction. Sorry, my apologies, Mr. Fink. Yeah, that was brutal hit right there. And there you see the 44 is on pit road. Hopefully he can get the damage fixed and back out without losing too many spaces, and get back out there and continue to race.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's gonna be sitting there for a while. That's gonna be a couple minutes worth of repairs. Hopefully he can get at least that required repair time down and might be able to get back on track without losing too many positions. But yeah, I was trying to say, Joseph Lester there sitting in second position right before that caution came out. He's up 13 spots.
Yeah, he's moving himself up through the field fairly quickly there, and got himself up into a P2 spot. So he's going to be on the front row here with Raymond Root once the pit car drops down and we go back to green flag racing. And then right behind them will be Charles Heaton and JC Gibson. So those top four right there are going to be battling fairly quickly. And it's going to be all about who's hops down on that loud pedal the fastest and gets down that front stretch and into turn one. Going to be fun to watch. As you know, as we were seeing, they were already starting to gather up just a couple laps into the green flag before the caution come out. So we were building up to a nice battle. So maybe we can get another repeat without the caution this time, though.
Indeed. Also, I want to mention really quick, sitting in 12th position, Derrick Jacobs. He's up 24 spots. He's making his way up through the pack. He's our biggest mover so far tonight.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And then then Seabrook Orange is up 21 spots, and Joe Stafford is up 14. So we've got some good movers. Mitchell Goosens is up 17. Lewis Fetterman also up 17 spots. So we've got a good amount of movers up here tonight, but the unfortunate movers, T.W. Garrett's down 25 spots. Neil Hale is down 23. William Fink down 22. Of course, those two were involved in that incident, so that's partially why they're down so far. Tim Trowbridge down 21 spots. So we've got some guys moving up 20 plus spots, and we've got some guys dropping down 20 plus spots. So already shaking some things up here, 43 laps into the race at the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
All right. Well, I do believe place lights are going to go off this time by, if I am correct. Yep. So I'm going to take this time really quick while they go down to turn 1 and 2 to mention one of the sponsors, Davis Brothers Roofing. Davis Brothers Roofing has been providing homeowners and businesses with exceptional roofing services since 1983. That's Dave. I can't speak today. I'm sorry. Residential and commercial roofing in Tennessee. That is David's Brothers Roofing. Go check them out. All right, stack them up 2 by 2. Pace lights are out. And it looks like Raymond Root has chosen that outside line again. It worked for him last time, so let's see if it will work for him again.
I think he's thinking long term by taking the outside lane, because in Atlanta, that outside lane does benefit a little more in the long term aspect of things. So I'm thinking that might be where his mind is, thinking that long term, those long green flag runs. So taking the outside might be more beneficial to him. but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how beneficial it can be for him.
All right, James. Well, why don't we go ahead and get a hammer down?
All right, there goes the pace car out of the way and hammer down. Here we go. Raymond Root's going to lead us to the start-finish straight. And into turns 1 and 2 as Joseph Lester falls in behind and followed by J.C. Gibson, followed by Charles Eaton, and followed by Stafford. So Root, Lester, Gibson, Eaton, Stafford all back down the back straightaway first. Here we go.
Raymond Root. He's getting challenged by Joseph Lester. Joseph Lester takes the that inside line. Is he gonna pass him? He is. Let's see. Raymond Root just gonna go ahead and drop down behind him.
Absolutely. Lester does move out in front of Root, so that showed the outside line wasn't very beneficial to him to begin with, but we'll see how it goes for him in the long run as Lester does move out in front. So Root's right behind him.
And that's the 75. Oh,
there's a couple involved right there.
Joe Stafford. I believe. Oh, sorry, that's the 57 of Joe Stafford getting into some trouble.
Nice paint scheme. It looks like one of those old water cups. The paper ones used to get at like hospitals and stuff.
Yeah, my paint trading paints are a little messed up, so I don't see the paint, so I'll just leave it to you guys on the paints.
I was in the same situation the other night. I had to refresh my trading paints like 8 times. Here we go. There you see the 75 of Charles Eaton.
Ooh, and then he racks up with the 69 there too.
Play a little pinball with a couple of cars in the wall there. And,
ooh, hit by the 74. I believe that is.
Yeah, that was Tim Trowbridge in that 74 Ford. Oh, there's 24 involved. 57's involved. 74.
Oh. You know, I will say the smoke update that iRacing came out with, it is so cool. But man, you can't see anything once you get up there. So I'd like to see this. Yep, and you just get into that smoke and you can't see anything. And bam, car just sitting there.
Man, out of nowhere like an RKO.
Unfortunate. So that's gonna send him into the... So go ahead.
I was just gonna say, talk about the updates with the smoke. It's the same way on the dirt track too. The dirt is everywhere, and it's hard to see. But right there, out
of nowhere, man, you can't do anything about that. Unfortunately, yeah. He tries staying low, staying out of danger, and oh man, I hate to see it.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate right there. But as you said, had nowhere to go, no time to react to that at all. It's out of nowhere, just popped up, poof, and then there he was.
That's like I was saying, this new smoke update. That you want to know what it's like to drive a car in real life. That's one of it. You get a big pile up like that in the back straight and a bunch of smokes being flung up in the air. Man, you can't see anything. That's about as realistic as you can probably get. All right, so we got Raymond Root there. He's still out there in front. Joseph Lester in second position. Got 3 Toyotas here in the top 5. 2 Chevys leading the front row. J.C. Gibson, Steve Corns, and Chris Cloud. They're all up.
Nice.
Multiple spots.
Heck yeah, it's good to see Toyota out up in the top 5 today. Doing pretty good. And while we're at a caution real quick, we'll jump into the Facebook chat that you guys are involved in over here. We got a few watching. Dustin Gibson has popped in. It said, "Let's go J.C. Gibson, number 27." That's yeah, obviously those are brothers. So we also have Wanda Blevins Sowell that says, "Go Lester, number 9." So we've also got a fan in here for the number 9 of Joseph Lester, who's riding P2 right now. And if you guys got any fans or any drivers in the race, shout them out. Let them know. Let us know you're rooting for them. any questions or anything, just want to say anything, just put it out there. We'll get you involved. And I enjoy interacting with you guys involved in Facebook. And thank you for watching along with us on the SRM broadcast of the Davis Brothers Roofing Atlanta 250. Whew.
Nice. That's a tongue twister. I guarantee you can't say that 10 times fast.
I'm not going to try.
All right. Well, pace lights are out. We're going to go ahead and stack them up again, 2 by 2. I want to go ahead and thank our second sponsor, On Target Performance Group. Improve your business performance and business profitability, lower business costs, and get on track for continuous business improvement. So thank you to those guys. I do want to mention real quick before the green flag drops that they are also the top 3, your P1, P2, and P3 finishers do get a reward for the finishes. So that's brought to you by the On Target Performance Group.
I think that's 5, 3, and 1 iRacing dollars, correct?
Yes, sir. I believe so.
If this was a destruction derby, I'd get in here and win first.
Oh man, me too. All right, well, pace lights are out. Pace car's gonna jump down. Raymond Root chose that outside line and takes green flag. Number 9 of Joseph Lester is just gonna sit there behind him. Take him into turn 1, sir.
And Raymond Root's got us going here. Lester behind him. Gibson, Allen, and Corns round out the top 5. Corns is up 25 spots. Started in P30, now he's up in the top 5. Keep an eye on that number 16 Toyota as he is moving forward. And he's our big mover so far as we are 51 laps in of 163. Lester is out in front now with Root right behind him. And the top 4 right here are just right there.
Allen just making the move onto JC Gibson as well. I just noticed that.
Yes, he did. He took the outside while Jason stayed low. And so that's going to put Gibson back in P4 now. And there's a couple of car links in between Gibson and Corns there. So the top 4 is within about 0.6 of a second of each other. And then you got about a half second between 4 and 5 of Gibson and Corns, and then Corns has Cloud all over his rear bumper, and Cloud's going to go low as Corns stays up high. Looks like Cloud's going to make the pass to get into the top 5, so he moves right along, and he's going to put himself up there and let it be known that he wants to get involved in his attempt for a podium finish as well. And there's a good look at the top 4 as they go into 3 and 4, and there's a good look at Chris Cloud as he makes that pass around.
He's getting ran down by Leo Bronsko there.
Yeah, Bonacast is definitely, he's up 23 spots in the P6 now. And behind him in P7 is Cousins, who's up 24. So P5 is up 18 spots, P6 is up 23, P7 is up 24, and P8 is up 22 spots. So these guys are moving up the field and doing it with a vengeance.
Yes, sir, and going 2 by 2 here in the front. Jamin Root getting another run, trying to take back that number 1 spot there. He says, I want that $5 at the end of this race, please.
The caution flag is out. What happened? Who got involved?
All right, let's see. Chris Cloud has crashed. I don't
know what happened, but I think you're right. I believe it was Chris Cloud. Oh, just thrown right in the middle of it. Okay. Let's go back a little bit here. Oh,
just getting pinched there by the 68, I believe. Oh, I think that was a 16, maybe? I don't know.
Looked like a 16 was involved as well. It's Super Corns.
Ooh.
Oof.
Unfortunate. He gets into the number 5.
Trying to go down into Dean Weeks as well.
Unfortunate. Dean Weeks, he dropped down low, trying to avoid the whole thing. And sometimes when you're spinning, you just try to get down as low as you can. get out of everybody's way. Unfortunately, I don't think he realized that everybody was there. Just got into the side there of Dean Weeks, number 5. All right, well, caution flag is out. Everybody's gonna go down pit lane. We'll say everybody, but that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars.
And it looks like about 5 of those are missing their front bumpers.
Yeah.
There was, I think it was Friday night I called a race, and they, a lot of those cars were missing their front bumpers as well. So maybe that's a new trend for the sim racing world, is no front bumpers for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great way to cool off the engine, I guess.
Yep. And I've noticed a lot of these 1.5 mile tracks, sometimes the aero doesn't quite matter as much as the super speedways, such as like Daytona and Talladega. You know, you can get caught up in the draft and pull your car along. So sometimes that bumper doesn't matter all too much, but still, you like to keep it clean.
Yeah, absolutely, and I agree with you on that. On this 1.5-mile track, I believe the draft honestly is more important. Well, maybe not more important, but it's definitely as important, because the draft will work in your favor. Sometimes it will, and of course sometimes it'll cause you to lose control. But I think the draft is huge on tracks like this, and being able to get up behind somebody, because it only takes about probably 15 laps or so, if everything goes correctly, to start getting involved with the lap traffic. So even in P1 could be up there getting in the lap traffic and getting pulled in to make the moves and passes around lap traffic. So excellent point there.
Got some takers down here on pit road. Looks like Mitchell Goosenens is gonna take over P1. Up 30 spots.
And while we're at caution real quick, Christian, if you're all right with it, we'll do a couple little tidbits about Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Go for it. I like to hear them.
I think they're fun. I think they're interesting. I've actually learned a lot of things since doing this and doing the tidbits. But on the quad oval, it is to be exact, it's a 1.54 mile, but we do go about 1.5 mile. The turns are 24 degrees and the straightaways are 5 degrees in banking. And the lights are out, so I'll hold off on this. As we go back to green flag, I'll wait for the next caution and go through these tidbits.
All right. Got Mitchell Goosenens. My words just don't want to work for me today. I'm sorry. I really am.
No, it's completely fine. I'm sure he understands. Goosenens is up 30 spots, by the way, to P1, and then Randy Spivey's on the outside of him. So, am I correct? Am I seeing that right? Goosenens is on the inside, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then so Spivey's on the outside. So then Derrick Jacobs, he's up 33 spots to P3.
Big movers here tonight.
And Lauren Jones will be in the top 4 with Lester running at our top 5. As we are going into turn 3, the pace lights are out. So as we go into 4, the pace car will drop off and go back down pit road. And Goosenens and Spivey will lead us to the green flag. There goes the pace car. Hammer down. Goosenens and Spivey will lead us across the start-finish stripe with Goosenens out in front, leading us into turns 1 and 2. Spivey's going to drop down and get right behind him, and Jacobs is going to be right behind him. So we got Goosenens, Spivey, Jacobs, Lester, and Jones leading us into turns 1 and 2.
Joseph Lester making a move there for P3, going side by side. Oh, is he gonna make it 3 wide going?
3 wide.
It is. Some 3 wide action. He gets it done clean as he moves up into second.
That 5 car group right there is putting up some good battles. They are bumper to bumper, side to side, door to door, bumper to bumper. They're just a little bit of everything.
Said that again. They're not just bumper to bumper once, they're bumper to bumper twice. The 69 car there trying to make a move on the 20 onto Randy Spivey.
And then Allen drops back a bit as Gibson does get around him to move up to P6. I'm not sure if he let off or something happened. It seemed like he slowed down a bit.
He might be trying to save some of those tires, getting into some of these later runs, hoping that they stay green, trying to work that strategy to his advantage, working that high line.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's been several cars we've been able to watch and notice that they are trying to preserve for the long-term runs with their tires and fuel. And sometimes you just got to run in the mid-pack or toward the back of the pack to save fuel and tires for those long-term runs and end up passing somebody with 2 laps to take the lead and win a race, as we saw earlier today.
6 almost looked like he got into the back of the number 27 car of Jason Gibson there, but they kept it clean. Jason Gibson moving to the outside.
Whoa. Ooh, thought we had some action going on there, but he just dropped down and take the low side. Two there of Nicholas White. Man, that's some great racing right here up front. Woo.
Indeed it is. They gave us a show last week, and they're giving us a show again this week. Again, Jason Gibson moving or getting cut off. By,
well, that's what I was about to talk about right there. Allen come up and cut him off real quick. Not today, sir. No.
He says, you've been putting me on that inside line for far too long. It's my turn to be up
there. JC's backed off a bit too, so maybe he's going to get back and recalculate and try it again and get back up there and try to make another move. As we are keeping an eye on Bennett Allen here with Root in front of him and Gibson behind him. Root's about 0.2 of a second in front of him, and Gibson's about a half second behind him. So nice little battle right here for P3.
Indeed it is. Joseph Lester pulling away though, not too far out, about 0.3 of a second or so from a second gap. Sorry. So it's going down to about a half a second from Raymond Root there in second position. Oh, that was close.
A disappearing act by Bennett Allen.
Yeah, I was gonna say Raymond Root getting almost pinched up there on the top line up by the wall by Bennett Allen and JC Gibson. All right, getting some laps down. Lap 66 of 163. A little under 100 laps to go. Davis Brothers Roof in Atlanta 250. So we see the top 5, 6, 7 cars here going ahead, filing in one by one. Try to get some laps down, get some green flag runs, a longer green flag run. Watching here the number 22 car of Randy Spivey in that Ford machine. He makes a move on. I was gonna say he's gonna make a move onto the 74. 74 is actually lapped, so the 74 car will just move out of his way and let him pass.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. Once you get into that lap traffic, it's always good to see the lap traffic. Take the high side and let those guys on the lead lap go on and go through and try not to mess anything up. It's part of the respect of the game and been able to let these guys go ahead and go through without trying to cut them off or block them or anything like that. So great decision right there by Trowbridge. Absolutely the right call to let the lead lap cars going around. As we take a look at Hog Holt there in the 15. And then there you see a couple of spots behind him is Mike Contino in the 61 Ford. He's riding in P12 right now. And there's a nice collection of 4 cars right here riding together. All riding smoothly. Got 3 wide there for a second or so. And then there's Mitchell Goosens. He's up 18 spots to P13 in that 29 Chevy. He's riding, staying, just kind of hanging out behind that group right there, and maybe he's expecting something to come up that group and giving himself enough time to avoid it if anything were to happen.
As we saw there, Mitchell dropped back a couple spots. He was up there in the front on the last restart. Dropped back. We got a fight here for first. It's Raymond Root making a move here.
That's P2.
Second, I'm sorry. Making a move on to Bennett Allen here, the 69 car. Oh, sorry. Other way around. Bennett Allen of the 6 car making a move on to Raymond Root of the 69 car.
They're not fighting for 6th position right there with all the 6s involved. The 6 battling the 69 for 6.
There's a lot of 6s in there. I was gonna mention back when we were traffic, I do like to see some of these lead lap cars, you know, taking advantage of the lap cars and, you know, being able to work around them and get in front of them and, you know, making the guys behind them have to fight the lap cars. You know, it is always a good idea if you're a lap car to just get up out of the way, but still, you know, you can grab a couple second, you know, half a second gap from the guy behind you just by using that lap traffic.
Absolutely, using that draft and getting behind them and engaging that slingshot, as we have heard so many times from Ricky Bobby. And just get up there and engage that slingshot, get on around and knock a couple of tenths of a second off your time from the guy in front of you, and, you know, hopefully maintain that speed throughout the track and use it to just chip away at the car in front of you and get up and hopefully make a pass. As we do take a look at Nicholas Lighton right here, riding
making a good run.
Yes, he is
making a good run on the number 90 car, Brad Haldane. Look at him. He's got a great run going into 1 and 2. Is he able to keep that momentum coming into the back straight? No, it does not. It looks like Brad Haldane got a better run coming out of 3 or 2 rather. Notice in here, looks like Nicholas has got a better run into the corner while Brad has a better run out of the corner. So you're seeing a lot of this cat and mouse game between these two. And I like to see this develop over time.
Absolutely. I think in the next couple laps, that's going to get real interesting. And there was a good quick look at the 27 Toyota of Jason Gibson. He is obviously a Tennessee Titans fan.
Interesting. All right, well, we got a green flag run going. What do you think we turn it up and listen to these cars, man?
Let's turn it up.
back from that turn it up. We are still green flag racing, 82 laps of 163 of the Davis Brothers Roofing Atlanta 250. Brought to you by Davis Brothers. We got Joseph Lester still out in front. Raymond Root about 3 seconds behind him. JC Gibson not too far behind Raymond Root, still in the looks for second place. Bennett Allen sitting in fourth. Brad Haldane sitting in fifth. That's rounding off your top 5. Behind him is Nicholas Lincoln. He's still looking to make a move on that top 5, bring his car back up to the top 5.
I like what he put for his age. -1.
Man, I wish. Randy Spivey there in 7th place, rocking the Ford machine there in the 22 car. There's the 15 car. There's Holt sitting in 8th. Chevy. Warren Jones and another Chevy sitting in 9th.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Exactly, sir.
Second that.
Mike Contino is sitting in 9th position. Actually, correction, 10th position. My eyes don't work, my mouth don't work. Nothing works, man, today.
You're still doing a great job, buddy. So, no harm, no foul, man. We're moving right along. So we just
He's
keep
down
rolling.
6 spots. He's looking to make some spots up, trying to get back up in there. He makes his way through the field again. Take a look here at JC Gibson. He made a pass on to Bennett Allen, getting him back up in the 3rd. And there you go. There's your race leader, Joseph Lester. He's sitting 3.5 seconds. He's gotten into a groove.
13 years old. Wow. Damascus, Virginia. Look at that.
I don't know whether that's true or not. We'll go ahead and say that's true. I've honestly, I haven't seen many people younger than 18 on some of these leagues, so that's interesting. So good job to him, man. I know a lot of these guys do like to put on some funny things for their info. So if that's true, man, good job for him, man. He's putting on a clinic here.
Absolutely, and we can definitely I mean, he put it on there, so I guess we'll just take his word for it. You know,
Yeah.
That's why I like that iRacing gives us the option to have these guys put their information up there like that. And as you said, some do it as a joke, as we just seen a while ago. One was -1. Obviously,
that's why it took me by surprise. I was like, I don't know if that's true or if he's actually 13. But hey, man, if you're actually 13, man, good job to you. You're leading this thing, and you got almost a 4-second gap. So props to you, man.
Just keep killing it. Just keep doing you, buddy. Just keep running it.
Exactly.
Yeah, Joseph Lester. So now we've got Raymond Root still behind him, just over 4 seconds now. But on his tail still is JC Gibson. That man's almost close enough to fix his teeth in Raymond Root's mirror.
Yes, sir. It's always a scary thing when you got such a big gap between you and that front car, and then you look in your mirror and you're like, oh my goodness, there's somebody right behind me.
Yes, sir. Definitely not a good sight to look in the mirror and see someone else that close there. I mean, any wrong move from Root, any kind of mishap, and Gibson is around him in a heartbeat, as they are separated by 0.2 of a second now. And it looks like Gibson is still closing in on him.
Gibson is trying to make a move there on the outside, trying to work his line. I will say, being a racer, you know, in Gibson's spot right there, all you want to do, you don't want to do something too aggressive. All you want to do is just make your and wait for the other guy to mess up. So
Absolutely.
all he's doing right here, he's just putting his car right there, saying, hey Root, I'm right here, putting pressure, and all Root's got to do is just keep that car straight. The more that Root keeps looking in that mirror, the better the chance that he's going to make a mistake and Gibson's going to take advantage of it.
Absolutely, and it's not only on Root to not make mistakes, but as you mentioned with Gibson, if he makes a wrong move, the wrong mistake, it can cause him to lose control and then lose precious, valuable time on trying to gain on Root. So both guys right here running nicely, both are keeping their lines. But it looks like Gibson's just a touch faster. He's now about a tenth of a second. So it seems like each lap they're both running their lines. Gibson's getting just a little bit closer and steadily chipping away, trying to get in and get that pass made. But absolutely, one wrong move by either one of those cars could be a mishap.
Exactly.
Or, anything disastrous could happen or come from it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens and how the pass is made. Root stays a little high right there as Gibson's going to look like try to take the inside as Root does come down to make the block. But I don't think that's anything like super intentional. I think they're both just running their own lines.
Mm-hmm. Lap number 94 here as we just crossed the line going in the back straight, 163. You got anybody in mind? You want to start doing picks, as I believe we're a little bit over halfway.
Ooh, okay. I don't know. I don't really have anybody in mind just yet. So you know what? I'll just roll the dice and go with Lauren Jones. Okay. He's up 17 spots to P9 as he looks going down pit road. I'm hoping it's just a strategic thing, as I have made the pick on him, and I hope he's not done for the day already.
Just as you make the pick, he goes down to the pits.
Well, I mean, that just shows you how random I was right there. But that right there, the ain't nothing to it but to do it. That kind of hung with me for a minute, and I'm a fan of Cheetos, so.
There you go.
So, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go with our leader so far, Joseph Lester. He's sitting pretty up there in first position.
Okay, cool. Not a bad choice.
He's putting on a clinic so far. He's up 14 spots, so he's definitely made his way up from about the middle of the pack. He's run a very clean race. He's kept his car out of trouble through some of these bigger wrecks. His nose is clean, so if he keeps running it like this, man, if another caution comes out, he might be okay for that long stint run to the green flag or the checker flag. And I'm getting in my ear here. Our producer is picking Raymond Root. That is, which I forgot to mention, by the way, at the start of the race. We got Christopher Kiwi here as our producer. So big shout out and thank you for him for running our cameras. Totally different job from the camera guy, by the way. I made that mistake once in calling out the camera guy, and our producer being like, hey now. So if we get any cameraman drinking on the job, that is his responsibility. He just puts to the cameras.
So we got our producer's gonna root for the root.
There you go. Picks are in.
And Gibson is gonna go low. Ooh, it looks like he's getting ready to make that pass as we were talking about earlier. Gibson stays low. Can he make it?
Oh! Getting into the 69, he keeps it straight.
Wow, he held onto that so nicely. I don't think that was intentional, but Gibson definitely got into Root right there.
I don't think it was. They were coming up on live traffic, and Root was kind of stuck. JC Gibson was just kind of stuck behind him, and he tried to go down, and Root was just there.
Well, I believe honestly, I'm not pointing blame at anybody, but Root looked like he was gonna go high, and then changed his mind and went low. I think that's possibly what caused that right there. So yeah, very unfortunate for Root right there.
All right. So Raymond Root, he got control of the car. He was able to keep it and get it back on track. So he is still holding on to that third position. It looks like Joseph Lester jumps down on the pits. So it's going to be a green flag pit stop here. So hopefully, because that is my pick right there. Hopefully what he's doing, he might be
Strategic, maybe?
yes, strategic pit here. Might be seeing a caution coming out soon. This should be able to get him all the way to the end of the race. So if he stays out on the next caution, he'll be back up in the front and he'll be able to run that race in the front.
With
There you
your
go, JC Gibson and Raymond Root behind him.
Exactly. I was just about to mention that JC Gibson was out front, but he has chosen to go ahead and make a green flag pit stop, as we will probably start to see the rest of the field go ahead and drop down and go ahead and probably make the last pit stop for the day. Will be on lap 102 of 163. So with 61 laps to go, this could very well be the last pit stop of the day.
Could be.
So
Although I would.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, although a caution that could come out. Oh,
So
coming a little
close.
fast there in the pit road. He got control under it. What I was gonna say, if a caution does come out though, it might shake things up. They might run down and get an extra set of tires and top off on some fuel.
Absolutely, they definitely might do that. Was they do have 7 sets of tires available, so you're absolutely right. A caution could definitely shake things up a lot here with 60 to go. As our new leader is now Lewis Fetterman. He's up 34 spots. Started P35, up P1 in that 0-0 Ford out of Emerald Isle, North Carolina.
I'm looking here. His last pit was lap 57. So he is out front right now, but he might have to drop.
Yeah, he should be dropping down soon. Right there in front of him, though, that is lap traffic, so no worries on that as far as who's in front. But it's definitely the 0-0 of Lewis Fetterman. He's behind 3 lap cars, so he'll definitely be trying to fight his way through there, or he could just be hanging out in the back, not trying to force anything. As we are getting up to some lap time. There you go. There it is. That's what I was trying to say. Pit stops.
There you go. Word.
It'll come out eventually. Just keep talking. It'll come out.
Brain saying one thing, mouth saying another.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have no idea how often that happens to me.
All right, Steve McCorn's down in the pit lane, along with Marty Roberts Jr. Raymond Root taking over first position there. Nope. Sorry.
It's still Fetterman.
My overlay was just slightly scrolled down.
Right.
Lewis Fetterman.
Okay, and there he goes down to pit lane, so that'll move Joseph Lester back up the front.
There you go. Locked his brakes up going into pit lane.
I was just about to say that. Like, he locked them up hard. If there wasn't a flat spot on those tires, there is now.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of scary going from 160 miles an hour down, or 180 plus miles an hour down to 50, as I do believe pit lane speed is 50 here.
Absolutely, and yes, and it takes a lot of brake effort to get there that quick. As he ran up on pit road like it was actually not there, and then oh, there it is.
Oops. All right.
And as you guys were looking there, that was Joseph Lester out front. That was not P2 behind him. That's P2 right there. Brad Haldane in the 90. As there is a almost 7-second gap in between them, and it looks like they do have 2, 3, a handful of cars in between them. So
Joseph Lester making that lap traffic work.
To his favor, yes sir, definitely.
Like I said, a couple moments ago, it's interesting seeing how some of these guys can, make that lap traffic work. Yeah, the lap traffic is going to get up out of the way most of the time, but even then, sometimes they're not. They're running their own race too. They're trying to keep their lines. You see JC Gibson there trying to get around some lap traffic as well, trying to get back there to Raymond Root.
Absolutely. And speaking of our leader, Joseph Lester, he's got a couple of folks in the chat. He's got Matt Pearson says, "Attaboy Lester." Kathy E. Smith Willis has said, "Go Lester, looking good." And Wanda Blevins Sowell, she has said, "Keep it cool, Lester. You're doing great." And so
We got a couple
Joseph
people in the chat
Lester,
as well coming out to support Lester, so
absolutely.
I'm not the only one that's picked Joseph Lester. We got a couple more. Obviously, they see something I do too.
So you went with the fan favorite, huh? Absolutely, but hey, not a bad pick, man. We've got 53 laps left, and he is still out in front as he's cutting and bobbing and weaving through this lap traffic as he's coming up on 2-lap cars. They're going to take the middle of them. He's going to be the meat in that sandwich, and he's going to haul booty through them and come across start finish straight, passing some more lap traffic as he does have the, I believe that's the number 11, which is my pick, in front of him. Yay.
And is the last one on the lead lap too.
Yay.
Yay. All right, and well, it looks like we do have a crash here as I'm looking at my time sheet. No caution. It looks like it's Chris Landrum jumping down to the pit lane. If maybe we might be able to go back and see kind of what happened as Joseph Lester is here making his way around lap traffic. Oh, that's him coming out of the pits. Oh. All right. He might have gotten into the pit wall, trying to lock up those brakes and slow his car down. That's might have happened. And as he came out of pits, he might have seen that he's got to go back into the pits and get some more damage repaired. So
Yeah,
unfortunately, that part. All right, we're looking here at Raymond Root. He's got a 10-second gap as Joseph Lester is pulling further and further away by the second. JC Gibson right behind him.
Joseph Lester's moving that number 9 Chevy around Atlanta Speedway like it's not even there.
Metaphors. Words, man, words.
Gotta find them. Like I said, sometimes my brain moves faster than my mouth. Sometimes the mouth moves faster than the brain. And in that case, the mouth is moving faster than the brain.
100%. That's me 90% of the time.
As you brought it up, there is Raymond Root and JC Gibson about 2-3 tenths of a second in between them, as JC Gibson has been all over Raymond Root's bumper all night. And let's see if he can do the same thing he did about 30 laps ago and make another pass on him. And hopefully this time they'll be able to do the pass cleanly with no contact. So we'll see how it goes. And there's an onboard camera of Raymond Root.
I kind of want to see what kind of run they're getting down into 3 and 4 here. Looks like JC Gibson's got a better run going into the corner wall. Raymond Root might have a better run out of the corner. And again, you're seeing here Gibson getting another great run down the flyover on the Raymond Root.
And it looks as though Root gets a little bit more of an advantage, like in between the turns. And then Gibson takes advantage of those straightaways and is able to gain a little bit and knock off some of that time. As you see, he gets a little bit closer right there as they come out of 4 and into the trioval. Gibson is right, almost fender to fender right there. Quarter panel to quarter panel almost. So Gibson's definitely running his line.
And Gibson making a move on the inside.
I just want to bring up real quick, I saw the 55 and 16 are running right there with them. Both of those are lap cars, so the battle right there for second and third is for second and third, just those 2 cars. It's not all those other cars around is lap traffic. As you see the 44 right there of Neil Hale dropping down going to the pits.
And there's your race leader right there, Joseph Lester. He's got about a 10-second gap still on the second place. Like you were saying, Raymond Root and JC Gibson, they're not racing Lester here. They're racing lap traffic. So Lester's in his own race, honestly, by at this point. At 10-second gap. He's just absolutely destroying this track.
With that being said, as we did take a look at Joseph Lester, we now have 11 cars on the lead lap. And in that P11 spot's Chad Sanders. So he's our last car on the lead lap.
As he just made a move on the hole, actually, as I'm seeing it on the time chart.
Absolutely. And what I noticed while saying that, Lauren Jones has moved his way back up on the lead lap. He's now in P9.
There you go.
So that was a very strategic pit move, or pit stop. So anyway, we're going to focus a little bit here on Root and Gibson as the battle has spaced itself out a little bit. Gibson's now about a half second back. So I'm not sure what happened because he was real close there for a minute. Maybe it's the battle through lap traffic has gotten Gibson slowed down a little bit.
I do believe so. As Gibson there does get around that lap traffic there. So he make tries and battles effortlessly to get some time gain back on Root there. I do want to go ahead and shout out real quick Derrick Jacobs. He's on the lead lap. He's sitting in 6th or 7th, 8th. Apologies, and he's up 28 spots. So I'm pretty sure that's our biggest mover of the night, and he's also the biggest mover on the lead lap. So shout out to him, making his way through this field. Raymond Root slowly getting a little bit of a lead, but JC Gibson not giving up too hard, as he's got about a half a second gap between them two. If this race were to finish now, as it not going to, we still have about 41 more laps. JC Gibson would take home 3rd position, but you do still race, you know, for that position. So even though he might honestly be thinking like, all right, I'm cool here in 3rd position, I'm just gonna settle back, follow to the end of the race, and maybe make a move then. You know, with 41 laps, 40 laps to go, you still got a lot more racing left. Anything can happen. So he might not want to burn up these tires just quite yet, and just kind of follow Root there.
Absolutely right on that. That's a very valid point. You know, a lot of folks might be like, well, why is he not still battling? Well, we do have a caution. I guess we'll get back to that topic here in a moment. We're trying to find out what happened there. I think it was Tarnowski involved in the 32. I don't know. Maybe
Nicholas as well. Oh, well, maybe Nicholas. He says he's crashed, but he jumped in the pit lane.
There you see the 6 of. No, it was the 6 of Bennett Allen. So we're both off on that.
Hopefully it's just him. Oh! Never mind. Spoke too soon. I was gonna say hopefully it's just him, and maybe it was the fact that he was on the racing line and that's what got it, but
well, Lighton was involved, and ouch. Oof.
Yeah,
that was a brutal hit.
Let's see, Jones is on board with yeah. Oh, that smoke just covering up the number 6 car, Bennett Allen there. Not being able to see where he's going. Just smashes into that car.
Yeah, with the smoke being the way it is, you know, it makes me wonder if some of these drivers are going to start seeking out a spotter.
Would be smart.
The spotter being able to you know, get an above view, or maybe even a press box view or something like that, being able to help them out with that. Yeah, something like this view right here, you know, being able to see, and of course, obviously they wouldn't get too much further ahead, but you know, sometimes those milliseconds will help be able to avoid a car sitting in smoke or something like that. But
there you go, your race leader, Joseph Lester, jumping down into the pits, gonna top off on some fuel, grab some new tires. With 38 laps to go, I believe. Math can't handle brain.
Well, you did mention earlier that that a caution would shake things up a little bit. Well, here it is. The caution has hit, and a lot of takers for pit road, so that's definitely gonna shake things up, which is gonna make for a very interesting restart once we get everybody racked and stacked back up, and see how this thing unfolds. Because we had a nice long green flag run right there, as Joseph, I almost called him Robert Lester, as Joseph Lester broke himself out to about a 12-second lead before the caution come out. Maybe even bigger than that. It was a huge lead.
Yeah, 10 seconds, I believe it was. Go ahead real quick while we got a caution to go ahead and thank our sponsors again. David Brothers Roofing. David Brothers Roofing has been providing homeowners and businesses with exceptional roofing services since 1983. Residential commercial roofing in Tennessee. It's David Brothers Roofing. Also on Target Performance Group. Improve your business performance and business profitability, lower business costs, and get on track to forward continuous business improvement. So thank you, big thank you to those guys.
Yes, absolutely. Davis Brothers Roofing, awesome company right there, and we thank you guys for sponsoring the Atlanta 250, and also thank you guys for being here and watching on Facebook Live as we are coming to you through the SRM Media Facebook Live channel. Share it to your friends, share it to your neighbor, run down the street and tell the guy on the corner to tune in and watch and shout out their favorite driver.
Don't forget to like, follow. We also we're not on YouTube tonight.
Okay. Yes, I think we are.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I had it pulled up, and then I had it pulled up, and then I was watching. I pulled up Discord or for our sponsor read, so I completely forgot about the YouTube. But go ahead and head over to the SRM YouTube as well. We are live stream up there. As I'm looking, we got a couple people chatting in the YouTube. Austin is saying Joseph is 13, so thank you for the correction. Impressive.
So he
job.
is 13.
Yes.
Okay, it's confirmed.
Job so far by him. So big props. I would really be looking forward to talking with him tonight and see where he stands on this race so far. And Austin is saying he's winning for all the young guns. And yes, indeed, he is. He's putting on a clinic and showing these guys how it's done. So big props to him. We got Sarah saying go Jacobs. Don't forget, go ahead and head over to the YouTube channel as well, Sim Racing Media, and give it a like, follow, share it. And greatly appreciated it. Joseph Lester, as we were mentioning, he is 13 years old, so he's leading this thing up 14 spots, made his way. Pace lights are out. JC Gibson's going to be on his outside as Joseph Lester has opted out for the inside line there.
So we got Lester and Gibson going to bring us back to the green flag once the pace car drops off. So Gibson obviously beat Raymond Root off of the race of pit road there. So Gibson took advantage of the caution and the pit stop and has moved himself up to the front row for this restart. So let's see who benefits more from the inside or outside lane. There goes the pace car and hammer down. Joseph Lester's going to lead us across the start-finish straight, followed by Jason Gibson, followed by Raymond Root, followed by Brad Haldane, followed by Hall Holt. Here we go back to green flag racing as we go down the back straightaway. Lester leads us. Gibson's right behind him. Root on Gibson's bumper. Here we go back straightaway. Single file racing from the, looks like the top five right there is going to be single file. And this is going to be an interesting finish as we get ready to go to lap 130 of 163. So 33 laps to go. Lester's going to add another tally mark to his laps led today. Gibson trying to make his way up to that front so he can get himself a couple of laps led today. And Root is right there on his bumper. This has probably been the Ali Frazier battle for today, as they have been battling back and forth, round for round, lap for lap, battling it out all day long. I don't see this one ending anytime soon.
I was gonna say, honestly, JC Gibson now in front of Raymond Root. Raymond going out, doing like, hey, remember a couple laps back when you're all up in my ear? Hey,
and we've got a caution, yellow. Back it down. Let's see what happened.
Gaskins, Charles Eaton, Chad Sander. Let's go ahead and take a look, see what happened. Oh,
Look, the 00, the 74. There's another one in.
75. Oh,
75. Oh, bumper cars.
75. It's like a
Was that-
demolition derby down there in the tri-oval. My kind of party right there.
I believe that was the 29 also. Mitchell Gooson's involved.
Sir, and just that wall of smoke. You can't see anything and nowhere to go for that 75.
Charles Eaton right there. And, you know, yet again, the smoke, you just can't see through it. You never know where there's going to be a car.
Indeed.
Very, very unfortunate turn of events right there.
There's Fetterman there. Looked like at the end he got his motor blown. Oh, just got turned.
And then right there, as we noticed, as it started to happen, it looked like Fetterman just basically just let off the accelerator and left the steering wheel alone and just kind of let the car do what it's gonna
74
do.
there, got a big run onto Lewis there.
Yeah, absolutely right. It looked like the 74 thought he had enough of a clearance to get around, and unfortunately didn't. Gave Fetterman a nice bump and sent him into the rinse cycle.
I'm sorry, I had a frog in my throat, I had a cough. Turn up. All right.
New leader, Raymond Root.
What happened to Joseph Lester? Oh,
He's back in 5th.
Looks like he went. Maybe he went into the pits there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say maybe he dropped down and went to the pits for a quick stop.
Might have grabbed tires really quick.
Maybe a couple of outside tires right there to help him out on this last 30-lap run.
Maybe.
I guess that'll help him out on the. I guess you would call it a more aggressive run. Been able to get a little bit faster. So we'll see how that goes. See if it benefits him or if it's going to ruin well, not ruin, obviously, but keep him from getting back up front. So he's still in the top 5, though. He's up 10 spots. But our big mover now is Derrick Jacobs. He's up 34 spots into P2 and that number 7 as he goes down to the pits. So there for a second, he was up 34 spots. But he's going in, going to get some tires and some fuel.
Derrick Jacobs still the biggest mover, though, regardless.
Absolutely.
Him. 27 spots, he is up.
And Danielle Fink is up 25 spots, up to P12 in that 36 Ford.
She's making her way to biggest mover of the night.
Absolutely. Making those moves, bobbing and weaving through traffic. And as of at the moment, she's the first car a lap down, I believe, as David Love in front of her in P11 will be the last car on the lead lap. I like the camo paint scheme there with the, kind of a military shout out, I guess. So awesome. I always like cars that give the shout outs and the props and the love, showing the love for our military. And it's definitely one group of men and women that anybody and everybody should love and respect, because they do fight for the freedom that we have to be able to get on video games and simulate races and be able to call them and announce them and all this stuff. So big shout out, big props, big thank you for that.
Indeed, indeed. All right, it looks like Raymond Root's going to go ahead and opt out for the outside line there. JC Gibson is on his inside. Behind
him, though.
Behind Root is Joseph Lester. We're rocking some outside tires there. Space car takes him down to the back straightaway here. That's a nice shot of of Roots.
That is one shocking video footage right there.
Oh my.
Read that serial number off for me.
Oh my. All right, well, Raymond Root will move into the green flag here. Joseph Lester right on the bumper there of Raymond Root. He says, I was up in front. I'm going to give you a run for your money, and I'm going to take the
And there goes
position
the
right
pace
back.
car and hammer down. Here we go. Raymond Root's going to lead us to the start finish stripe and into turns 1 and 2. Joseph Lester right on his bumper. JC Gibson and P3 right on the tail of those two. But Joseph Lester is almost pushing Raymond Root through the turns and down the back straightaway. Giving him a little nudge. Those guys are bumper to bumper, literally. And Lester goes down low, makes the pass at Raymond Root. He's going to take over first. We've got a new leader, Joseph Lester, back out in front. Raymond Root in P2. JC Gibson looking to make a move around him to get up into that P2 spot. The top three are within 0.2 of a second of each other as they are riding together. You got Lester out in front, Root and Gibson are side by side. Root's going to go high, Gibson's going to go low, and then they're going to come right back side by side, door to door as they go down the back straightaway. Good shot right there from our Chris Kiwis. And they go into turn 3, almost single file, but Gibson and Root are still battling for that P2 spot as Lester's going to look to yet once again get back out to a 10-second lead.
2 by 2 there in the tri-oval. Almost getting door to door there. Very aggressive as we're counting down some of these laps. I believe it's 138 of 163. Oh, getting a little loose there in the back straight as Raymond Root and Joseph wiggle down the back straight.
Absolutely right on that. As they, oh, that was almost 3 wide right there. I can foresee these guys getting 3 wide here real soon. As Root's going to go low, Lester's going to go high. Gibson's right behind them saying, hey guys, don't forget about me. He's going to go up into the middle, trying to make this 3 wide.
25 laps to go as the battle is heating up.
What a battle. Root is now out in front as Lester and Gibson are side.
Oh, Lester getting in. We'll get Lester getting into JC Gibson as JC Gibson takes over the.
Uh-oh. Gibson out in front. That is a nice battle right there. Gibson out. He's taking the lead in that 27 Toyota. Lester and Root are right behind them. They're side by side, door to door as we go into turns 1 and 2. Out of 2 into the back straightaway. JC Gibson's leading the pack. Root and Lester side by side. They're not giving up, not one little bit.
Honestly, if I were to tell you that this is lap 24, you would not believe me. This is like a battle for the first on the last lap, man. This is intense.
Absolutely. Now, who can hold this battle and this aggressive driving for 23 more laps? As you see, Gibson's staying a little bit higher, and Lester's going low, but he's not able to come out of 2 or 4 and make that run to get past Gibson. So Gibson's running a good line right here, keeping Lester behind him. As it looks like Root's starting to fall back a little bit. So
I'm wondering if he's starting to heat it up, heating up those tires.
Absolutely, that's what I was about to say. He's slowing down just a little bit to help, save the tires for the long 20 more laps battle, or if he's just not wanting to make any mistakes. I don't know, but the last 22 laps are going to be interesting as Lester has now moved out in front of Gibson. So he made that move, got around Gibson. Gibson's still holding that middle line, though.
It's those outside tires. Oh!
And Lester is going to the pit. That's going to open up a huge lead for Gibson now. I'm not sure that was a purpose. I'm not so sure he went. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what happened right there. But Lester definitely drops down and goes into the pits. That's going to give Gibson a full second lead over Root. Maybe Lester's expecting to see a late caution here and he wants to be prepared, but I don't know. But however, that's going to open it up for JC Gibson and that 27 Blue Rhino Toyota there going into turns 1 and 2, already coming up on lap traffic. So, wow,
I'm stunned.
Yeah, me too. Like, what a turn of events. And that is absolutely no pun intended on the turns in this track.
That is interesting because I'm not quite sure what the call was for there. It is definitely interesting. Like you said, maybe he's expecting some late cautions and wants to be prepared. And seeing as JC Gibson and Raymond Root have been fighting all night, then maybe they might mess up, take one another out. Not quite sure on that call. But then again, he's down there on the track. He knows more about it than us.
Absolutely. He knows what's going on in his car. Maybe just something didn't feel right to him and he wanted to go get it fixed, and he would rather get it fixed and finish the race than to risk it and not finish, you know? So I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to play the point system here. I don't know. But anyway, we've got JC Gibson out front, Raymond Root in P2, Brad Haldane P3, Randy Spider P4, Paul Holt is in P5, and then Derrick Jacobs up 30 spots. Wow. To P6. And then Jeff O'Rourke behind him in P7. He's up 25 spots. And Lauren Jones is up 18 spots to P8. Mike Contino is the last car on the lead lap. He's down 5 spots to P9. And David Love's going to round out the top 10 in that Chevy 70 Chevy. I was trying to say Chevy and 70 at the same time. But he's up 15 spots, and he's going to round out our P10 as Joseph Lester is now back out on the track in P11. So, wow, what a turn of events right there. With about 25 to go, as we do now have 16 to go, JC Gibson has opened up to a 2-second lead over Raymond Root. Wow. I'm still stunned.
I am too, honestly. All right, well, JC Gibson, like you said, running about 2-second gap from second position of Raymond Root. I'm thinking Raymond Root burned up a lot of those tires, not necessarily tire wear, but he might have just heated them up. When you start heating up those tires, it gets a little loose, and you got to back off and let those tires cool down.
Hey, real quick, is it too late for me to change my pick?
No. I'm getting word from our producer. It's locked in. Once it's locked in, it's locked in.
Well, daggone it. That's all right. That's all right. I'm still proud of everybody making the moves. Lauren is still in the top 10, so I'll take it. He's and,
all right. David Love is your. He's sitting back in 10th position. That's your first lap car down. Right behind him is Joseph Lester. So hopefully Joseph Lester gets a move onto David Love there. He'll take the lucky dog position. But up here at the front, JC Gibson's still running about a 2-second gap from Raymond Root. Brad Haldane right behind them in 3rd position. We could take a quick second to go back to 6th place right now. Derrick Jacobs. He's sitting up 30 positions. That's your biggest move of the night right there.
30 spots. Wow, what a move. Man, that's... Whew.
Looks like he's... I don't believe that is lap... for position. That is, I do believe, lap traffic.
No, that's the number 15 of Holt.
That is the 15 of car. Okay, I wasn't quite sure. Couldn't quite tell.
So Jacobs is looking to make this
31.
Making it move up to P5 now. As we do have 12 to go. He's going to drop low. Holt's going to go up high. And I believe coming out of 4 right there, Holt's going to hold him off for a little bit more. So this is going to be a nice battle to watch right here. As we do come down to about 10 to go here shortly. In the 1, Jacobs is going to, it looks like he's going to make the pass.
Oh.
But that's the thing about it. Going in, he gains on Holt, but coming out, Holt puts a little bit more time in between them. So
yeah,
that shows you how the lines are going right there. But Jacobs is definitely trying to make a run for that P5 spot right now.
All
and
right,
we are now 10 to go. Wow. JC Gibson still out in front, up to almost a 2-second lead over Raymond Root. So with 10 to go, he's looking pretty. It's his race to win. All
right. Well, while it's pretty calm, real quick, I want to go back to the YouTube chat real quick. We do have an update. William Fink says, "Good job. That is my beautiful wife in the number 36 machine." Danielle Fink, doing great. And he also did say, let me see, Ford proud to honoring ATN3 Jim Lanning Vietnam vet. So big respect to that. I do appreciate all servicemen and women fighting for our freedom. And like you said, Ford proud to honor. So thank you all. Anybody watching that may have served, big respect here from SRM.
And a huge thank you for doing it as well. That's some of the most underpaid people on this planet. They should definitely get paid a lot more than a lot of people get paid to do things that they do, because they're protecting us as a people and not a football. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, I love football, but I believe our military is definitely higher up on the people importance list.
100%. All right. I do believe we're 7 to go. There is a 2.5 second gap. JC Gibson now out, still out in the lead. Sorry. 7 to go. JC Gibson is sitting, like I said, 2.5 seconds out of, or in first position. Raymond Root there behind him. Oh, is that Spivey that got a little loose coming out of 2? Sorry, I just caught it out of the side of my corner of my eye. But right behind Raymond Root is Brad Haldane, sitting in third
Great
position.
Dane.
There you go, Great Dane. Randy Spivey, you saw him get a little loose coming out of 2, a lap back. He's sitting in 4th. Holt there in the number 15 car in 5th position, rounding off your top 5. Derrick Jacobs, your biggest mover of the night, up 30 spots, sitting in 6th.
He's still trying to battle Holt for that P5. But we only have 9 cars on the lead lap, so definitely some movement going on. Makes me wonder how far Contino is, who is the last lead car. Makes me wonder how far JC Gibson is behind him. So, and there is your leader, JC Gibson, 30 years old, out of Pensacola, representing the Tennessee Titans in Blue Rhino.
5 laps to go. And unfortunately, I do believe this is going to end on a green flag, but I also could be wrong. So far, it's looking like it will.
Hopefully it'll end on a green flag run, because cautions could definitely shake things up here for anybody. And, everybody's riding kind of smooth. Lap traffic is getting passed, nicely and cleanly. And a nice run right here from really everybody. There's nobody really riding too close together. I haven't seen any outstanding battles yet. It's just mostly just everybody trying to get through the lap traffic, and the lap traffic just basically holding on to try to finish. And maybe we can get through here with very little incidences.
Coming into the tri-oval, there you go. 2 to go. JC Gibson.
Yep, the Twin Oaks is out. I like to call them the Twin Oaks because it's 2 trees standing next to each other. the Twin Oaks are out.
There you go. All right, well, all JC Gibson has to do is keep this clean, and I believe the win will be in the bag for him.
Absolutely, I agree. The race is his to win. And not only is he a good friend, he's also a member of SRM. So hats off, as the white flag is out. One more clean lap, JC, and it's yours.
Is this gonna be 2 SRM member wins in a row?
Man, I bet he's cheesing from ear to ear right now. Into 3, out of 4, into the tri-oval. checker flag is out. JC Gibson has won the Davis Brothers Roofing Atlanta 250. Those 4 kids of yours are extremely happy for you, my man.
There you go. JC Gibson, winner of the Davis Brothers Roofing 250 in Atlanta. Raymond Root right there behind him in second place finisher. Brad Haldane finishing off in 3rd position. Big congratulations for those guys. And look at that. That's a Toyota on pole position.
No burnout. He's straight to the pits. Okay.
No show for us tonight. Unfortunate. All right. Well, it looks like Raymond Root's going to burn it down for him.
Are they teammates, maybe?
Maybe. Brad Haldane and Raymond Root there. See at the checkered line, burning it down.
All right. I'm going to work on getting our top 3 to the waiting room. We say we start with 3. Let me see if I can find them real quick and get them moved over to our waiting room.
Okay.
I'm actually not seeing Haldane in that P3. Let's see if I can. I gotta continue looking.
Oh, I found him. I'll go ahead and move him in.
Do you have him?
Yep, Brad Haldane. It's just oh, he just jumped out. Okay. Brad Haldane, this is Christian and James up in the booth. Yes.
How's it going?
It's going all right. Well, how about you? You finished 3rd there. How's the race?
The race was awesome. Those caution flags in the middle kind of screwed everything up because my car was just great on that long run. So that's all I was hoping for. That first one was good.
Indeed it was. James, you got anything?
No, great run, Brad. It was a good run for you. You look good. You moved up 9 spots. Tell me what's going through your mind as you're moving up from the P12 spot up to P3.
I was just focused on hitting my marks and making sure I don't hit the wall or get the car loose, which I got a few times. She got a little squirrely on me, but it was mainly just hitting my marks and getting the race done, keeping her clean.
So how was the track for you tonight?
Oh, the track was awesome. This is probably one of my favorite tracks on iRacing, and I do usually pretty well here on most things. And being open setup, it helps tremendously.
Outstanding. Well, congratulations on P3. You want to shout out your sponsors real quick for us?
I appreciate it. Imperial Motorsports for giving me the chance to drive this car. LaFrance Performance puts the engine in it, and that's about it.
All right. Well, congratulations on the P3 finish, and go ahead and celebrate with your teammates.
Thank you,
Have a
guys.
good one. No problem.
You too.
Are we going 1st place now?
No, Raymond Root.
Raymond Root. Okay, let's go ahead and get Raymond Root up here. Raymond Root, you got Christian and James up in the booth. You hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Awesome, man. Congrats on the P2 finish. What's going through your mind through that race?
Oh, there was so much going on between the contact going on to pit road and then the contact with the 27 that sent me sideways. I mean, I was driving mad pretty much the entire race.
We saw some contact down on the track, and we definitely were saying something about the contact there on the 27. You want to take us through that?
That the contact with the 27, me and him actually talked about it right after the race. We were coming up on that lap car, and in my mind, we had been racing each other, really clean. And I thought he had moved down a little bit more, and we were going to take the lap car 3 wide, and I misjudged the gap and slid right across his nose. And so I was more mad at myself at that point, but I was already mad, and it just made things worse.
Well, regardless, I would like to go ahead and congratulate you on that, on being able to control that car too, because we watched that happen, and we were saying that for good job for keeping that car straight and keeping it going, and you were able to pull off the P2 here as well. James, you got anything real quick?
Nothing. Just congrats on the P2. And I was just going to ask about that the incident, because from up here it looked like you were going to go high around that lap car with Gibson, and then all of a sudden it looked like at the last second you changed your mind, but you went through that for us, and I appreciate you. That's all I wanted to ask about. You want to shout out anybody and thank your sponsors for us?
I'd like to thank Hawk Simworks, Unisim Wheels, and Pay to Win Setups, who've given me amazing cars each and every week. Starting to feel like Kyle Larson now. I keep finishing second on the 1.5 miles.
Well, real quick before he sends you back, we want to go ahead and mention producer Christopher Kiwi. He did have you as one of his picks, so he wanted to go ahead and let you know on that.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Congrats on the P2 finish. Go celebrate, man.
All right, thank you.
Yep. All right, we'll go ahead and get our first place finisher here, JC Gibson. JC Gibson, is Christian and James in the booth. You hear us?
Yeah, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Doing great. How about that that race win?
Oh man, felt great. Had a little confusion there at the end, but on that last restart. But I'd put a lot of practice in this week and done pretty well throughout the week in the A Opens. I felt pretty confident coming in, but it was a great race. Raymond Root had a fast car. Joseph had a fast car. So just happy to be able to pull it off.
Indeed, we had a lot of battling down there between you and JC Gibson.
He is JC Gibson.
Or JC Gibson. I'm sorry, Raymond Root. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Me and him battled it out. It was a lot of fun running with him, especially through the packed cars. I don't know if y'all caught that, but man, we went through like 30 cars, just nose to tail. It's a blast.
We did definitely see that. Go ahead, James.
So JC, you my boy. Congrats on the P1, man. It was great to watch you actually get the win. Just a little information for you. I did not pick you, so we'll just throw that out there.
Good deal.
But if you would, man, just take us through right there on that one little incident you had with Root, where he started up high and then come down on top of you. Can you take us through that real quick?
Yeah, I was actually just talking to Raymond in the broadcast waiting room, but yeah, he had burnt up his tires, and I had been following him pretty tight, and we had some lap cars coming up, and I didn't really make a move on him. And I started to make a move. A lap car slowed up a lot, and he thought, I assume from what he said, he thought he had a little bit more room, and he tried to get through there and squeeze it, and we got into each other. But nothing, nowhere, not enough damage to slow him down too much, or me either. So we got through it. But yeah, that's about what happened. Just trying to get through lap traffic, and him pushing really hard, and both of us pushing really hard.
Outstanding, man. Well, that was nice. It was good that neither one of you were forced out of the race because of that incident, and Root was able to hold on to it. But you ended up getting the P1. So congrats on that. You want to shout out sponsors or anybody else?
Yeah, shout out you guys. You always do a great job. Shout out my brother Dustin. That's always watching every stream. I'm glad I finally got one where his last few races I've been hit or miss, so finally got a win for him to watch. And shout out Lucky Lap Racing, my teammates that practice with me throughout the week, Mike and TW and Nick. Really appreciate them guys always working with me, getting us dialed in and better for these Sunday races. So yeah, that's about it, man.
What about your buddy James? I know you want to shout him out.
James Siegel, yeah, part of SRM. I thought you were including the SRM shout out, but yeah, shout out old James Siegel for not picking me and giving me the broadcast.
I was just picking at you, man. It was great to watch you actually to get out there and get the win. And I'm pretty sure you're happy about it. I know Dustin is. And I look forward to talking to you here in a little bit later on. Christian, you got anything else?
No, that's it. Congratulations on the race win there, man. And go burn it down. Fun. Celebrate with the team.
Yes, sir. Thank you, fellas. You have a good night.
You too. I had to mess with him a little bit right there to get him. I was like, come on, now, I'm your boy. Let's...
All right. Go ahead and get our official results up here. James, you want to go ahead and take us through the top 15?
Yes, let me get back to my correct screen here. All right, here we go. P1, JC Gibson, as you just heard from, in the 27. P2 was Raymond Root, who was battling with Gibson pretty much the whole race in that 69 machine. P3 was Brad Haldane in the 90 machine. P4, Randy Spivey in the 22 machine. P5 was Kavaha Holt. I believe his nickname is Hog. In that 15 machine. P6 was Derrick Jacobs in the 7 machine. P7, my pick, was Lauren Jones in the 11 machine. P8 was Jeff O'Rourke in the 48 machine. P9 was Mike Contino in the 61 machine. P10 was David Love in the 7D machine. P11 was the majority of the race leader, Joseph Lester, in that 9 machine. P12, Mitchell Goosens in the 29 machine. P13, Danielle Fink in the 36 machine. P14 was Brian Tarnowski in the 32 machine. P15 was Marty Roberts Jr. in the 55 machine. P16 was Seba Corns in the 16 machine. P17 was Chad Sanner in the 59 machine. And P18 was Steve Dodorius in the number 3 machine. And as you can see, we had 9 on the lead lap. We're trying to get it to scroll down to get the 19 position. Maybe I can bounce over here and just use the live timing. All right, P19 was T.W. Garrett in the number 8 machine. P20 was Thomas Neal. There we go. P21 was Tim Trowbridge in the 74 machine. P22, Lewis Fetterman in the 00. P23 was Dean Weeks in the number 5. P24 was Barrett Coffey in the number 4 machine. P25 was Charles Eaton in the 75 machine. P26 was Neil Hale in the 44 machine. P27 was Matthew Gaskins in the 79 machine. P28 was Kevin Rourke in the 99 machine. And P29 was Bennett Allen in the 6 machine. P30 was Nicholas Lighton, I believe that's correct, in the 42 machine. P31 was Alan Henson in the 41 machine. P32 was Nicholas Breidenbach in the 24 machine. P33, Chris Cloud in the 10 machine. P34, Chris Landrum in the 20 machine. P35, Leo Bonacasa in the 88 machine. P36, William Fink, who had some early troubles in the 93 machine. P37 was Joe Stafford in the 57 machine. I got a team still out to see if he's related to Matthew Stafford. P38 is Dalton Mobley in the 77 machine. And rounding out the pack was, in P39, was Thomas Gold in the 97 machine. And that's going to be your field for the Davis Brothers Roofing Atlanta 250. And Christian, want to go ahead and sign us off, bud?
Yes, sir. I want to go ahead and appreciate everybody coming to the Sunday Night NASCAR League here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Don't forget, like, follow, share it, and get the word out. And that will be all for us today. James and Christian up here in the booth. Go ahead and appreciate you guys coming out. Don't forget to come back next week. Y'all have a great one.